Good morning students, welcome to Noor Alam's Maths Academy. Today we are going to study the property 7 of definite integral. If fx be a continuous function on a closed interval 0 to 2a, then integration 0 to 2a fx dx, we have 2 times of 0 to a fx dx if f of 2a minus x is equal to fx, and the result is 0 if f of 2a minus x is equal to minus fx. Now going for the proof. Using additive property, we get 0 to 2a fx dx written as 0 to a fx dx plus a to 2a fx dx. Because our interval is 0 to 2a, so I can break the interval at the point a. So now there is first integral is same 0 to a fx dx, and in the second integral I do the substitution x is equal to twice of a minus t. So now when x is equal to a, t is equal to, when x is equal to a, t is equal to, we get a. When x is equal to 2a, we get the value of t is 0. Now f of x is replaced by this value 2a minus t, and the dx value you get as minus dt. So we can write as minus dt. So now which is equal to 0 to a fx dx plus, you know that when we interchange the limit of the integration, then integrations only changes by minus sign. So therefore if we write 0 to a f of 2t t, so this minus sign is absorbed. So now we also know that from the first property that integration is independent of the variable. Okay, so instead of t we can write as x. So since the integration is independent of change of variable, so we can write 2a minus x dx. Okay, so therefore we get the result 0 to 2a fx dx as a to 0 fx dx plus 0 to a f of 2a minus x dx. Now if this value will be equal to fx, then we add these two integration and we get the result 2 into 0 to a fx dx. So it happened if the f of 2a minus x will be equal to fx. Now this value, if f of 2a minus x is minus f of x, then these two integral get cancelled. So we have f of 2a minus x is equal to minus fx. Now this completes the proof. Now we go for the geometrical interpretations of this property. What does it geometrically mean? Okay, now see the geometrical interpretations of this property. So now geometrically it indicates what? If you see that geometrically, what does it mean? So now suppose a function is defined like that from 0 to a. The function is symmetric about the line x is equal to a. About the line x is equal to a, the function is symmetric. So now the function which is look like this 0 to a, same it is, suppose x is equal to 2a. Okay, so now here we see that the function is symmetric with respect to the line x is equal to a. So what is the value of the integral 0 to a fx dx. Fx dx will be same as a to 2a fx dx. A to 2a fx dx. Okay, so that's why we first integrate this value and multiply by 2 so that we get the whole area. So that is the first case. Now suppose our function is symmetric, but not with respect to the line x is equal to a, but with respect to the point a comma 0. So now if it's happened, what will be the nature of the curve? The curve look like this. Okay, the curve suppose look like this. Okay, so now here we have x is equal to 2a, here we get x is equal to 0, that is y axis. So with respect to a is equal to 0, we get the this curve, so which is symmetric about the point x is equal to a, or you can say that a comma 0. So a comma 0, so here we see that both the curve which form the below the x-axis and above the x-axis has the same area. But in the sense of integration, we know that if the area form above the x-axis, its value is positive, and if it form below the x-axis, its value is negative. So that's why these two value will cancel out. That is the reason the value is cancelled out, and we get this result 0 if the curve is symmetric with respect to the point a comma 0. Okay, now next term. Here I have used the term symmetric. So what does actually symmetric mean? When we say that a curve is symmetric about the line x is equal to a, so what does it mean? So what is the meaning of symmetry? What is the meaning of symmetry? Suppose about the line x is equal to a, what does it mean? So we know that if the curve, suppose if your curve x is equal to a, which is the value of the curve? Suppose here, if you take the point here, the point is suppose from here to here is u. Okay, so this value we get f of a plus u, and here just here if you take the point minus u, so this value will be what? F of a minus u. So if the curve is symmetric, then what will happen? The functions will be follow this definition. F of a minus u is equal to f of a plus u with respect to the line x is equal to a. Now you can substitute the u by x. So you can write that f of a minus x is equal to f of a plus x. So if it's followed by the curve, then we say that the curve is symmetric about the line x is equal to a. So now here in this case our curve is symmetric with respect to the line x is equal to a. If it's happened and this follow the definition, then we can also prove that if you take the limit 0 to a f of a plus x dx plus integration 0 to a f of a minus x dx, this value should be equal to 0 to 2a f of x dx. Now we are going to prove this result. Integral, we are going to do the substitution that suppose t is equal to a plus x, t is equal to a plus x. Now what will happen when we put the value of x is 0, so we get the value of t is a, so therefore it will become a. When we put the value of x is a, the value of t will be 2a, and here we get a plus x substituted by t, so it will be f of t, and dx will be dt. And here we use one property that is very well known property, 0 to a fx dx, which can be written as 0 to a f of a minus x dx. So now we use this property here, 0 to a f of a minus x dx. So now what will happen? A to 2a ft. Now we know that the integration is independent of the change of variable, so we can write fx dx plus from here we can write 0 to a f of x dx. Now if you look at this integration, what you see that 0 to a then a to 2a, so you can write 0 to 2a fx dx, now which is nothing but right hand of this interval, right hand of these equations. So we prove this result. Now number 1, I is equal to 0 to pi by 2 log of sin x dx, which is equal to 0 to pi by 2 log of cos x dx, we have to prove that this result will be equal to pi by 2 log of 2. Now solution. This is very important question for board purpose. In any board you can find this type of question always asked. Now we can write as a is equal to 0 to pi by 2 log of sine x dx. So now 0 to pi by 2, we used here one property, that is 0 to a fx dx can be written as 0 to a f of a minus x dx, so which can be written as log of sine, now sine pi by 2 minus x dx. So what we have, 0 to pi by 2 log of sine pi by 2 minus x is cos x dx. We call this equation is 2, which is the value of I, and this equation is 1. Now adding equations 1 and 2. So adding equation 1 and 2. So what we have, 2i on the left hand side. In the right hand side we have 0 to pi by 2. We use here one property of log, that is log of a plus log of b. You know that it is log of a into b. So therefore we have log of cos x into sin x. So cos x into sin x dx. If you multiply 2 by 2, what will happen? We get 0 to pi by 2. It is log of sin 2x divided by 2 dx. So now it is 0 to pi by 2 log of sin 2x dx minus 0 to pi by 2 we can write as log of 2 dx. Now after that 2i will be equal to, now 0 to pi by 2 log sin 2x dx. In this case we substitute this 2x I substitute as t. We assume that 2x is equal to t. Now what will happen, limit will change. When x0 t is equal to 0, when x pi by 2 t is equal to pi. So now it will be log of sin t, and dx become dt by 2. So we can write as dt by 2. Now here if you take the log t is the constant, log t is outside, integration of dx is x, and the limit 0 to pi by 2, so you get only pi by 2. So now what happens here, we can use one property, that is integration 0 to 2a fx dx can be written as 2 times of 0 to a fx dx, and this is possible if you substitute f of 2a minus x is equal to f of x. So now if we here find log of sine pi minus t, so again we get log of sine t. So as a result I can write as 2 times of pi by 2 log of sine t dt whole divided by 2 minus pi by 2. So now these two cancel out. You know that the value of integration is independent of change of variable, so we can write as log of sin x dx minus pi by 2. So now what will happen, this sin x, log of sin x dx, this is our original questions. We started from here 0 to pi by 2 log sin x dx. So we can write as I minus pi by 2. Okay, now which is the value of 2i. Achha, one more thing, here we integrate the pi by 2, but log 2 is the constant which is outside. Okay, so therefore we get this value. So now 2i minus I, we get I is equal to minus pi by 2 log 2, because here we take log 2 outside, and the integration of dx we get only x, and substitute the limit from 0 to pi by 2, so we get only pi by 2. So answer is pi by 2 log 2. So therefore we get the value of I minus pi by 2 log 2. This is the this completes our proved. Now we go for the next problem, log of sin x plus cos x dx. Now how can we solve this question? Now solution. Now I value is minus pi by 4 to pi by 4 log of, and this value can be written as root over of 2 sine of x plus pi by 4 dx. Now we are going for the substitutions. Put x plus pi by 4 is equal to t. So now I value becomes, when x value is minus pi by 4, this will cancel out, t value is 0. When x is equal to pi by 4, then t value is pi by 2 log of root over of 2, and this value will be sine of t, and the value of dx is dt. Okay, so now from here we can separate the term, because we using here one property, log of a into b can be written as log of a plus log of b. So now in this case we can write 0 to pi by 2 log of root over 2 dt plus 0 to pi by 2 0 to pi by 2 log of sin t dt. So now we take log of root 2 outside, log of root 2 outside, and then we get integration of dt whose value is t, that is 0 to pi by 2 plus now what is the value of this quantity? 0 to pi by 2 log of sin t dt. Now in the previous sums we see that this value we get as what? This value is minus pi by 2 log of 2, minus pi by 2 log of 2. Okay, so now here if you take the limit, what will get? Pi by 2 log of root 2, pi by 2 log of root 2, and if you put 0 you get 0. So again you have here pi by 2 log of 2. So now root 2 you can write as t to the power half. So what will happen? You take half common, half will be outside. So now using the property of log of x power n can be written as n times of log x. Using this property, so we get I is equal to pi by 4 log of 2 minus pi by 2 log of 2. So as a result, if you take log of 2 outside, pi by 4 minus pi by 2. So now we get log of 2, which is equal to minus pi by 4 log of 2. Hope all of you understand this question. Now we go integration. I is given as integration 0 to infinity log of x plus 1 by x, then 1 plus x square and dx. We have to evaluate these integrations. Now solutions, we put here x is equal to tan of theta. So what is the value of I? When theta is 0, when x is 0, then theta is also 0. When x is infinity, theta should be pi by 2. So here we get tan of theta plus cot of theta. Okay, now 1 plus x square is nothing but 1 plus tan square theta, which is equal to sec square theta, and from here you get the derivative. So dx will be tan is sec square theta d theta. You can write as sec square theta d theta. As a result, sec square theta cancel out. So you have 0 to pi by 2. Now if you do the simplification, tan can be written as sin by cos, cot can be written as cos by sin. So LCM is sin theta cos theta. In the numerator you get sin square theta plus cos square theta, which is 1. So now in the next step we can write as 0 to pi by 2. So now log of, you can write as 2 by sin 2 theta d theta. Okay, so now 0 to pi by 2 we can write as log of 2 d theta minus log of sin of 2 theta, then d theta integration 0 to pi by 2. Now this value is what? Log 2 we take outside, and from here integration of d theta we get theta and value from 0 to pi by 2. Now in this case we substitute 2 theta we substitute as u. So what will happen? Limit will change 0 to pi, and it will be log of sin of u du by 2, because d theta gives du by d. From here you can find d theta du by 2. So du by 2. So now in this case, in this integral we are going to apply one more property. So now here you get what? Log of 2, then you have pi by 2 log of 2 multiply with pi by 2 minus, now this is the value of your I. Now in this case we know that one property, integration 0 to 2a. Okay, now using this property, integration 0 to 2a fx dx can be written as 2 times of 0 to a fx dx if f of 2a minus x will be equal to f of x. Now we are going to use this property because we know that log of sin pi minus u is same as log of sin u. So therefore we can take 2 outside. So it will be 2 into 0 to pi by 2 because we can thought as pi is nothing but pi by 2 into 2. That's why we take 2 outside, and as a result you get log of sin of u du dividing by 2. These two cancel out. Okay, so ultimately you have pi by 2 log of 2 minus, now this value 0 to pi by 2 log of sin of u du you can write as 0 to pi by 2 and log of, you know that the integration is independent of change of variable, so you can write as log of sin x dx. You can write as log of sin x dx. Okay, so now you can write here log of sin x dx. But this integral in the question number 1, when we solve today's class, we get as the value minus pi by 2 log of 2. This value is this. So as a result, what we get? Log of pi log 2. This is the answer. Hope. Okay. Now for the solution, fx is given. We can write out the value of f of 1 by x, which is equal to 1 by x log of t 1 plus t dt. Now here we substitute. Now the value of t ranging from 1 to changes from 1 to 1 by x. Now we substitute t is equal to 1 by u. So as a result, we get 1 by t is equal to u. Okay. Now changing the limit. If you change the limit, what will happen? So when t is equal to 1, when t is equal to 1, then the value of u is what? 1. When the value of t is 1 by x, if you put here 1 by x, you get the value of u as x. So now here it is log of t 1 by t dt. Sorry, we substitute t by 1 by u, we substitute. So t is equal to 1 by u. Here also we have to put t is equal to 1 by u, and dt we can write from here. So we get dt as minus 1 by u du, 1 by u square du. Now derivative of 1 by u is minus 1 by u square du. So now substitute dt value as minus 1 by u square du. Now what will happen? 1 to x. Now this log can be written as 1 by u to the power minus 1. You take outside, so it will be u. So now from here, if you do the simplification, what will happen? U plus 1 into u divided by minus u square du. This minus cancel out, this u cancel out, and you know that the integration is independent of change of variable. So we again write u as t. So we get t 1 plus t then dt. This is my equation 2, and the given equation I consider as 1. Now when we add these two equations, what will happen? F of x plus f of 1 by x. So we get 0 or 1 to x is common, and here we have log t 1 plus t. Here we have log t by 1 plus t. So log of t 1 plus t, and here we have log of t and t into 1 plus t dt. Now what is the common? Common is 1 to x. Now we can take t 1 plus t. As a result, if you divide it by 1 plus t, so you get t log t. From here, if you dividing by this, you get log of t, which is dt. So now 1 by x, if you take log t common, so it will be 1 plus t by t into 1 plus t, that is log of t dt. Now these two part cancel out. So we have integration 1 to x log of t by t dt. Now put log of t is equal to z. What will happen? Log t has the derivative 1 by t dt. So dt by t is we have dz, and log t is replaced by z. Now limit. What about the limit? When t is 1, z is 0. When t is x, upper limit is log of x. Now derivative of this quantity, integration of this is z square by 2, and we take the limit 0 to log of x base e. So as a result, we have half of log of x base e whole square. Now this is the answer. Now this is the lecture 3 part 5. In the part 6, we are going to discuss about the periodic property in indefinite integral.